Alright guys, so we are at the Crescent Hotel right now, and we are heading to the 10 o'clock expanded ghost tour. We're going to go check it out. Here's some history of Eureka Springs, history of the Crescent Hotel, and a lot of varying things. And the Crescent Hotel at night, I'll show you guys this out here. Nighttime is my favorite time because this thing is lit up so big. I mean, take a look at this thing, though, guys. This is the best time of day to view the Crescent, guys. But up at night. Reminds you of the Stanley Hotel or something out of that Stephen King movie, you know, The Shining. Whenever they Stanley Hotel was actually used for that, but at nighttime looks like it should be used in a horror film for sure, the way that the lighting is. But it's got more lighting on it than a lot of other places in Eureka Springs, though, guys. You drive down the town here at night, it is so dark, even with headlights. It's just utterly insane. Let's set it for the ghost tour, shall we? Just got done doing the paranormal tour of the Crescent Hotel. They don't allow videoing on the tour, so what you guys are going to see as I go around the hotel is just various things. They're actually starting a midnight paranormal investigation right now, but it was sold out. But we will see what we can stir up as we go through here. Just came back up out of the morgue, so this should be interesting. Normal tours are on the 4th floor, so right now heading back down to the 3rd floor to see some of the same spots. The thing about spirits is they like reflecting off of shiny surfaces, and a lot of the pictures that we were showed on the tour is actually of things being behind people, apparitions with hands on people's shoulders and everything, because they like reflecting off of those surfaces. And the Crescent Hotel here is definitely one of those places that you definitely can feel stuff. The last time that I was here and we walked around between 9 and 6 are the psychic hours. It's a little past midnight right now, and I am telling you guys that doesn't feel quite the same as it did the last time, but you know, different people feel different things, and that was something that talked about with the tour guide as well. But as you walk down these old hallways and you feel the creakiness of the floors and everything, you guys, if you're in town here in Eureka Springs and you get a chance, you don't have to stay here to do the tour of the Crescent. You can just go and pay for the tour separately and stay at a place in town. But if you ever get the chance to stay at the Crescent Hotel, by far do that, guys. Some of the rooms get booked up way in advance, like room 218. Once we go down to the 2nd floor, I'll show you guys that room. That's Michael's room. They said it was a 3.5-year wait if you were to stay in that room on Halloween. But it's a long wait to stay in a bunch of these rooms the way it is. And you can see that there's mirrors all over the place, and there's a reason for that. Because like I said earlier, spirits like reflecting themselves off of shiny surfaces. And when you come here to take pictures, take them in succession, guys. Take at least 5 in succession, and you can catch things a lot better that way. So even stuff on like windows and stuff, though, these are suites right here, 3,500, 3,600. They are honeymoon suites, and just a really nice old hotel, guys. There's the pool down there with the big old Crescent logo on it. The next time I come here, definitely going to be staying at this hotel. I'm gonna come back with the whole team and see things and do a way more in-depth investigation. And you never know what you guys can catch on film, but if you do go on the tour, there is no filming allowed. You have to have another investigation. You have to get permission to do your own investigations, things along that line. So always make sure that you get permission, guys, because the employees here, the tour guys, can get fired if you start filming them without permission and everything. Going down this way, I mean, I already knew a lot of the history of the Crescent Hotel, but you just get a, you know, just hearing it from a tour guide and hearing their experiences is just really, really great. Or should I say ghost guide, I guess. But section right here, elevator. Like I said, spirits like reflecting off of very, very shiny things. There's a mirror at every corner that you turn whenever you come to the Crescent, guys. Lots of old history here. Lots of old paintings. We had a fantastic tour guide. I will actually show you guys some footage that we got one time when we went down to the morgue whenever we came here, and you can actually see formula number 5 and some different things, and very quick footage because we actually got that footage then. But like I said, guys, they don't allow you to record video on the tour, and people need to respect that for sure whenever you're going through here. But that's just so they can sell other people tickets, because people think, oh, they've seen it. But you really need to take it with different tour guides, though, guys, because different tour guides are different, obviously. No two people are going to be the same, and you can go through there and see various things whenever it comes to that. There's actually a book downstairs that I'm going to go check out after we get down to that point that he pointed out on the tour that actually has people's experiences in it. So I'm going to flip through that and let you guys kind of see that it's not just some hullabaloo, that people do actually have experiences here, and they're documented. We actually seen several pictures that, you know, had apparitions in them, and you could definitely tell that they were not forgeries. That's just the way they were taken, and they were incredibly blown up so you could see them. Behind me right here is Michael's room, who was a stonemason here, who fell to his death whenever he actually was helping build this hotel back in his former heyday. He was quite the ladies' man, and he was showing off for some girls, and he fell to his death and hit a beam that actually is in this room, and his spirit is still inside this room. This right here is the most requested room in the entire hotel, the one that has a 3-year wait that I was telling you guys about earlier. This is it. Michael's room, guys. If you want it, you better book it. The rooms that have a lot of activity, like Theodore's room, which was back up on the 4th floor, and something about Theodore as well. She's a very good housekeeper, and as long as you're neat and tidy, she will keep your room neat and tidy if she likes you. But if she doesn't like you, then you may come back to find your bags packed and things like that. I mean, that's the stuff that people have reported whenever it comes to that. So just keep that in mind, guys. I mean, you got to be cautious of things always whenever you're dealing with the paranormal in any way, and that is something that I wish more people would realize. And you should never challenge anything that's there. Actually, they were telling a story down in the morgue, our guide was, about somebody that came in and actually challenged Norman Baker's spirit by actually saying some bad things about his mother, and the guy actually got slashes and stuff on him, and that's something that rivals that of demonic activity. So that's why you should never do that, though, guys. You've got to be very cautious always whenever dealing with this stuff, obviously. But a lot of the spirits here, though, aren't going to harm you. But actually, something else the tour guide was telling us, obviously whenever you're dealing with this stuff, though, is that there's a lot of people that come here during Halloween, and they bring their Ouija boards and they perform seances and stuff, though, and they stir up some really wicked voodoo and stuff in here, and things get pretty wild and crazy because you're dealing with a lot of evil and stuff at that point. So don't be one of those people, guys. Come here, enjoy the Crescent, but don't come here looking for it, because if it wants to show itself to you, it will. And you definitely don't want to be somebody that's the floors here are really creaky, so it can get, and the pipes are really old, and the floor's unlevel, so it can get a bit jumpy sometimes here. But 10 out of 10, though, guys, would recommend coming here and taking the ghost tour. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. A very in-depth investigation is coming on this and many other things, but it just takes time. And because I'm still working a full-time job right now, we're definitely going to be going to a lot more places. A lot of places in Missouri, a lot of places in Arkansas, places back in my home state of Louisiana I definitely want to get to, and we're going to start crossing them off the list as we go, because life is too short to wait, guys. If you want to go do something, go do it. I put off doing this ghost tour here for like 3 years. Don't wait. Go and do it if you want to do it. And you know, if there's something that the spirits and stuff here could teach us, is don't ever take life for granted. You know, I mean, people are freaked out about that, but you know, one day, you know, we will just be a spirit ourselves. So you just gotta live life to the fullest, and because everybody or everything that's here was once a person as well. So take that for what it is, but that's what we do. But yeah, kind of a moment there, guys. He also mentioned some funny things though too, that there's some people here that'll be standing like right here and be like, man, I feel a draft. Well, there's a ceiling fan like right above me, or I feel a cold breeze like with the AC downstairs. We're gonna head downstairs right here, and we're back down here at the lobby now, so we're gonna go check out that book I was telling you guys about that has all of everybody's documentation and stuff in it that they've sent in, that of the experiences that they had here. Find anything in that book?
Some of it. You can't hardly read it there.
Figures, shadow, ghost, pictures of people. A lot of orbs in the hotel. Bunch of handwritten letters on notebook paper. You don't really see that much anymore. Some of those orbs. Just goes on and on and on with apparitions in these books. So this is one of the dining rooms here, guys. The other one's on the other side, and they just had a wedding party on the other side today. It's extremely dark in here though. You can really hear the floors creaking. This would be a good place to set up to do a investigation here, because it is so quiet. You can hear everything if you're being still. Well, it feels like you're in the Titanic. If you've ever seen that movie, kind of that same dining room feeling. Kind of the same setup there. But this is just one piece of it, guys. We're gonna walk around the outside of the hotel next, so that's where we'll be heading. And I will show you guys where I believe a young girl, some believe she was pushed, some believe she jumped, there's a lot of different things surrounding it, but that she fell to her death back in those days, because it was actually reported that way. And go out there, and police officers have actually seen her apparition here in town. Something else they said on the tour, and they actually called in people because they thought they had a jumper here at the Crescent, but it was the apparition that they saw. So we're gonna head out there, and I'll show you that spot on that balcony. Crescent College for women back in those days. Back in those days, $375 per semester, equivalent about $13,000 in today's money, for those of you that was wondering. So another quick stop, guys, before heading outside here is this other dining room I was telling you guys about. Got the EMF reader out. This thing was tripping like nobody's business. Check out this footage from earlier. That's the way that it was working earlier. See, it just redlined again. And it redlines at certain spots where there's energy. And I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, it could just be the wiring. It could just be this electronics. See, there it goes again. But it doesn't do it consistently. It just picks it up here and there. And it was picking up a lot of energy, especially on that 4th floor. Whenever we were up there waiting to go on the tour, it was picking up a lot of energy up there. And yeah, the device could be tripping out. It could be something that could be malfunctioning, but the thing is, it doesn't do it all the time. It just started doing it here. So use your equipment, do the investigations, and now let's head outside. The nice little breeze blowing out here. Pool's over there. Some balconies. Right down here is an axe throwing course, guys, and that's where they said on the tour that if you go down here during the daytime, you could really see it a lot better. There's actually a coverage dale down here of the Formula number 5, like we saw down there, and the morgue area. There's more of the Formula number 5 down here in this hole, but they brought about 500 bottles of it, and it wasn't just that. It was things that they believed to be like human tissue and things from when Dorman Baker was here at the Crescent, and the horrible person he was. Frisco Sporting Club down here the last time down here. But if you go down here though, guys, down here to the left is where the axe throwing is. We just came straight out of the main lobby, and right here you just make a left and then a right and then another left, and you'll be right there at where that stuff will be at. If you go down there, I had no idea that that was there. And if you go down there though, guys, be sure to take more pictures, because that's why we're doing it. In fact, our guide was actually getting kind of irritated the fact that nobody was really taking pictures and documenting things, because he's got pictures that people have taken that he showed him and stuff though. But it's actually cooled off so much out here though that they have got the hot tub covered up. And here a couple weeks ago when we was here, that hot tub was open. So really goes to show you. So about the earlier though, guys, when that girl fell from that balcony all those years ago, you just imagine how high up that is. I mean, just look at that. Look at the height of that. I mean, imagine being up on the second or third floor. I mean, 10 to 15 feet per story, and that's what you're dealing with though, guys, is something like that. I mean, again, a lot of theories say that she jumped because she was pregnant, and back in those days, back in the 20s, 30s, before then, if you were an unmarried woman and you were pregnant, then that was a big no-no back in the day. And a lot of people theorized that her boyfriend could have pushed her, because they say that when an apparition plays, it plays between like 10:30ish. Usually it's residual haunting, to where it's just like a tape on like rewind, playing over and over and over and over again. Some spirits are that way. They don't and can't communicate. That's a residual haunting. Some of them, like Theodora's spirit here I was telling you about earlier, she actually can communicate. In fact, she'll say the same things though. She'll be juggling in her purse for her keys, standing outside of her room, and she will get asked all the time by help, or people kind of help you, man, and she's like, no, I'm just trying to find my keys. And then her apparition will turn and walk straight through the door of her room. So that's one of the many things here. Our tour guide actually said too that he has had about 70 documented experiences, because he writes down everything. Pen and paper, guys. Pen and paper is the way. Write it down, and then he's got it documented between pictures and the time, the date, the place, and where it all happened. So benefits of working in a place like this though, and who knows, someday I hope to own a place like this. Probably not quite this big, but you know, someplace other people can come and investigate and show their evidence. We're gonna loop back around this way and go back out front, guys. It's getting pretty late. It is actually coming on 1 o'clock right now. Back to the Crescent Hotel today, guys. Just real quick, this morning before leaving town, this is the spot of where they discovered all those buried formulas that you guys saw down there in the morgue, and that little clip that I had there. That is where all the formulas and stuff were dug up, and there's a bunch more of them in here. This is the dig site. They got it blocked off so people can't, you know, get in there and take it and everything. But they dug up 500 bottles between what you saw there of the serious substances and the formula number 5, which he claimed to be his cancer cure. This is where the dig site is, and there's still a lot more in there, a lot of layers. But they dug up over 500, and then they just stopped pretty much because there was just so many of them. Story right there, Baker's Bottle Burial Grave Site. Kind of a bonus for this video, guys, but just wanted to let you guys see this. I didn't even know this was down here until the tour guy said it last night, and to come down here in the daylight so you could see it better, for sure. A lot of interesting history here at the Crescent, and just keeps getting dug up, so to speak.